You probably have one in your handbag or tucked into your carry-on right now. An everyday little gadget that seems completely harmless. But last week in the Qantas International Business Lounge in Melbourne, it wasn't the sound of clinking glasses or excited travellers people heard. It was the sound of screaming. A 50-year-old passenger caught fire when the power bank in his pocket exploded without warning. And here's the part that should make every traveller sit up straight. These incidents now happen twice a week on planes across the globe. So keep watching. If you fly, and especially if you're over 60 and carry a few devices, you need to know exactly what's going on and how to avoid becoming the next headline. So in just a minute, I'll tell you about the incident that destroyed an entire aircraft earlier this year and the simple rule change that could save your life. Now, as we get more digital, booking flights, checking emails, using digital boarding passes, power banks have become essential companions. But lithium-ion batteries, well, they have a temper. And according to the FAA, 2024 saw 89 serious lithium battery incidents on aircraft. And that's a 16% jump from the previous year. And over 5 years, the lithium-ion fires have skyrocketed 42%. In 2023 alone, 208 incidents from battery packs, 111 from e-cigs, 68 from mobile phones, and 60 from laptops. And topping the list, power banks. Why? Because these batteries overheat. They can enter something called thermal runaway, which is basically the battery equivalent to losing its mind. Now, a chain reaction starts inside the battery. It can't cool down and ends up in smoke, flames, or actual explosions. The Melbourne passenger's jacket bursting into flames. Battery acid flying everywhere. And that wasn't a freak one-off. Experts have been warning about this for years, and it's getting worse. And wait until you hear what happened to a plane in South Korea earlier this year, because it completely changed aviation rules. In January 2025, an Air plane was destroyed, completely gutted, after a suspected power bank went into thermal runaway in an overhead bin. Well, everyone escaped, thank goodness. But the aircraft, a complete write-off. Now that one incident triggered sweeping rule changes. No more storing power banks in overhead lockers. No charging devices on board. Tough new screening for portable batteries. Meanwhile, airlines like Southwest now issue pop-up warnings at check-ins. Keep power banks in plain sight. And flight attendants are also training differently to use hell-on fire extinguishers first, then water. Lots of it. And some airlines now carry fireproof Kevlar envelopes. So if you're thinking, hang on, I've flown for decades without even worrying about my phone charger exploding, you're not alone. For travellers over 60, this feels like a risk that didn't even exist when many of us first started flying. But here's the good news. There are simple steps that can dramatically reduce your risk. So here's what aviation safety experts want every traveller to do, especially seniors. 1. Keep your power bank in reach. Never in checked-in luggage. Never in an overhead locker. Seat pocket? Just make sure you put it where you can see it. Aim for at least 30% charging before flying. The FAA found that 30% charge lowers thermal runaway risk significantly. And 3, turn off devices that you're not using. 4, never charge overnight while you're sleeping, especially not using onboard USB ports. 5, inspect your power bank. If it's swollen, dented, hot, or cracked, throw it out. Do not travel with it. 6, if it gets warm, stop using it immediately. Hold it in your hand or put it in front of you so you can monitor it, and tell cabin crew straight away. And here's why this matters. When passengers see or hear about thermal runaway incidents, 46% say they'd avoid that airline, and 28% say they'd never fly with them again. Confidence is dropping fast. Qantas is already reviewing its lithium battery policies after the Melbourne fire. Experts are saying more incidents will happen. The question now is, how quickly can airlines adapt, and how prepared are we? So next time you pack your bag for a trip, remember that innocent little power bank wasn't part of travel life when many of us first stepped onto a plane. But today, it's one of the most volatile items we carry. Have you ever had a device overheat on a flight? Or noticed new warnings from airlines lately? Share your experiences below. It helps other travellers more than you know. Well, I'm so glad you're able to spend a few minutes with me here today on Living Life in the Lockyer, Life After 60. And thanks for watching through to the end. You know, I really do appreciate that. Each week, we dive into the stories, changes, and issues that affect older Australians. And honestly, anyone living life after 60, anywhere in the world. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, according to the YouTube powers that be, you're going to love this one next. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. And don't forget to tap that bell. That way you'll get a notification and can join me in my next video, because your best years are still unfolding. So be kind to one another, stay curious, and take care. I'm Robbie, and I'll catch you in the next one.